How's it going, everybody? Let me get this shirt and get my co-host on here, and we'll get it to going. Dun, dun, dun. How's it going, young lady? All right, how you doing?
Good evening, good evening.
Look at you with your
Good.
look at you with your red on.
All right, everyone. Hi.
I said, look at you with your red on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Want everybody to take a moment to share it on their pages. Let me share it over here. Y'all good to our little intro. Oh, now why I'm gonna do that?
Why did
I really forgot I had there.
you just a goofy?
we try to we try to switch it up for y'all. I guess let me share it first and then we can play the intro. So hi, everybody tuning in. Please take a moment to share this on your page so we can get ready to get started. Hope everybody has had a terrific Tuesday thus far.
My day been long and busy. How about your day?
Huh?
I said my day has been long and busy. How has your day been? Hello? You done froze up on me?
Yeah, your mama, she know better. Now, she know it's Tuesday night.
And she calling you? She wrong for that.
Okay, give me all discombobulated. Okay, share on the page you manage. I'm coming. So, how's your Tuesday been so far?
Long and busy. What about you?
I know. Very busy today. Very busy. I feel like the day got away from me. Since I got to get much done.
It did. They did go by pretty fast though.
It did. It definitely did. Miss Bobby, I'm glad you're on here watching while you on here calling.
She must have made it
Okay.
home.
Mm-hmm. Busy is good. Busy is good. But sometimes I think busy, what they say, you doing everything and nothing at the same time. So I think busy is good, but I like to have a busy day when at the end of the day I can see that I got a lot of things accomplished.
That,
So,
yeah, I mean,
that's
yeah, when you feel you got a lot accomplished, you can look back and say, well, we did get this accomplished. I did get this accomplished. I like those days too.
right. Because other than that, then it's like, you know. Well, all right, you guys, we want to welcome you all to What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. My name is Shay Wallace, and this is my
Pete
co-host.
Fairless.
All righty. So we're gonna go ahead and get started for tonight. If you all hadn't heard our little video, please take the time to go on our page and check us out and share that with somebody else.
Amen.
Because before you know it's out there. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be talking about parenting woes and when they see us. So you all, I'm sure a lot of people have watched When They See Us, and we are still watching it. So tonight is gonna be we're gonna review part one, and then we're gonna come back next week and review the rest of it. But so did you see the video about the as far as the parenting woes? The mom was working on helping her daughter lose weight. She realized that her daughter was becoming overweight for her age, and they was working on. Well, she did a little weight loss journey on Facebook to show the baby losing the weight. So some people, well, I must have seen all positive things about it. What were your thoughts on it?
I mean, my thought on it, if she thought that it was something that was plaguing her child, or she felt it wasn't as good for her health, I think it's to her own discretion what to do with her child. She should know what's best, in that situation. And I seen in the blog, she said she even when she just walked a little bit, she was getting tired or whatever. So the mama should know if
Mm-hmm.
she needed it or not.
Right. Yeah, I think that it's a great thing. I think that in the culture that we're in, that we preach confidence and everything, no matter your size, no matter the way you look and different things like that. And I think that's wonderful, and I think we should continue to do that. But I think we should also be realistic with ourselves, and we want the best for our children. So when we see them going down the wrong road with anything, then we know we have to step in. And especially with weight, coming from families that feel like, well, just let them eat, if that's what they want, just let them have it. But you got to think about the long term effects on their child and their well being and their health. So I really commend the mom to take initiative to say, okay, wait a minute, this is getting out of hand. And even though the baby was, I guess she probably looked to be about, what you think, about 4 or 5?
I think she said she was 4.
Yeah. So I mean, I really think that's an awesome thing, and it really made me reflect on a lot of things growing up, on how our parents said, well, that's what I bought it for, let them eat it and all that. But in essence, we should have had more restriction on the things we were eating, and should have been uh made to be more physically fit and all that. And for me, from my perspective, the y'all were playing sports and all that, but I wasn't an outside person, so I really wasn't forced to do any kind of physical activity.
Right.
You
I
know,
think,
so I just commend the mom, and it really made me go ahead.
and then on top of, I think we're in time now where we have to be more enlightened on physical health or fitness, or getting your body right, because it's more of a time of, there's so much going on with the meat, every or whatever the situation is. It's always something that they coming up with. They got too much steroids in this, so you can't eat this and eat that. So
Yes,
I just think it's just a
right,
time that we need to become more enlightened on what we are putting in our body, and more aware and more conscious of it, instead of saying, oh, yeah, I'm still handsome, or I still look good. And yeah, those things are true. But it's so much going on now,
right.
you just need to be more aware of what's going on.
I definitely agree, and we all know that health is wealth. So the healthier your child is, you the more longevity they have in life, and they're more able to participate in different things. So I just think that just what raised the awareness for a lot of families who put food above the kids' health. Unhealthy eating above things that they shouldn't. So I just think that just brings us back to where we should be as parents, or where we need to go going forward. Because grandma and them, they used to let you eat anything too. So I just think it's setting a new standard. And I'm on board with that. I feel a lot of people saying you're not getting the baby cereal yet, or you need to be getting her some potatoes and all that. And I'm not with that as a parent, because I want my child to start off with good, healthy eating habits,
Yeah.
And then of course you're gonna pick up along the way and want some snacks and different things, but it's all in how you start them off. And I just commend that mom for catching it before it got too far.
But like I was saying, the key is the parent has to always lead by example. So if you want your child to do
Yes,
anything,
definitely.
the parent gonna have to take some changes too, because a child gonna always lean back on what they see instead of what they hear a lot. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
cited
And
I
so that also shows that what
I will always lean on this. Eyesight is a better teacher than what they can hear and they come hear coming out your mouth.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. And so, I just think overall it's just awesome. And we're gonna share this video on our page for those of you who are not familiar with the story. But I just think that if you see your kids struggling with anything, then you should take the stance and be the first one to say, okay, baby, let's make a change. You know what I'm saying? And you have to most time do it as a family, because like you just said, what they see is what they're gonna follow. You can tell your child anything, but like they say, don't you know how they used to say, "Do as I say, not as I do."
Hmm.
But we all know that we do everything that they do, not necessarily everything that they say.
Well, yeah,
And
we definitely had
so,
to get rid of the mantra of that, because you that was a false statement from the word get. You can tell
right,
your child not to cuss all day, but if you constantly cussing around them,
right.
they gonna pick up the curse word.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I mean, this is
And
not. This is like another thing I tell people all the time when it comes to racism. Now, I know it's going a bit out overboard and off the topic or whatever, but racism has to be
mhm.
taught. You are not born racist. You are not born like not liking people of a different color. Because I deal with them every day.
Right.
It's something that is taught in individual homes that make you that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only like you said, they're seeing you interact with other people, and they hearing what you're saying when you behind closed doors about other people, and they naturally feel like that's okay. So you just have to watch what you do. And it just took me to a place of growing up and not ever feeling like anything was wrong with being big, but letting you know that you want something different for your child. And so that mom and the baby, she didn't seem like it bothered her that she was making a lifestyle change. She seemed like she was all for it, and it just warmed my heart. I was just like, oh, because you really have to set a new standard, especially when genetic I already have you design a physical makeup of being a bigger person.
Right.
So you got to fight against genetics. And then all the doctors they pushing this kind of medication, that kind of medication. So the food is no good that's out there. The medication prescribed for one thing and causing another issue. So the best thing for you to do is to start your kids off, or if they already on it, reroute their thinking and introduce new patterns.
And then the best thing I'm seeing now is this right here. If you can start them early, they won't have to worry about when they later on in life. Cause it's harder to do it at later stages. Because you're so used to the things and all that,
Yes,
and it's so quick to go back to it. So I mean, if you can
yes,
kind of knock it off in the early stage, you better off. But it's always definitely better to do anything that you want your child to do as a team. I mean, because if you can't sacrifice it, why
yeah,
should they?
absolutely. I definitely agree on that. So, kudos to the mom. And if you all, like I said, it's on our page if you all hadn't seen the video. And so, if you need to make that change, just, implement it. And if you don't know where to start, get with some other parents that's got the healthy eating thing down pat. You know. So moving on, this was kind of shocking to me. I didn't realize. I know Carmelo Anthony and Lala Anthony split. I thought it was just because he cheated, but I didn't realize that it was because he had a love child. Did you?
Well, I mean, that was the rumor was in the beginning that he supposed to have got a stripper pregnant.
Okay. So I didn't know that. Let me see if I could put the camera on this and let them see it while we discuss it. So everybody knows somebody that well, can you turn the camera on? Yeah. That got a baby out there and what I'm trying to say. Got a baby out there, but the wife don't want the baby to be involved. Can you see that? Is it clear?
You got to zoom in a little bit.
I can't zoom in. Well, anyway,
Read it.
we had this story on also, but I'm just gonna read it. But this is a story about Carmela Anthony. He got a love child, and it caused him and his wife to separate for a bit, but now they're back together. And so he is not in the child's life. He is only providing for the child financially. So we all know people and heard about this scenario. But do y'all think that the question on here it says, are the Anthonys, in your opinion, do you think the Anthonys are doing wrong by simply meeting the financial obligation? And does Lala need to introduce her son to his little sister? I I think yes, they're doing something wrong because you can provide financially for a child all day long, and but the child still is missing the bond between and it's a daughter, a daughter, and her dad. And I definitely think that what's her son name?
Um, Kaya,
Kyan.
yeah,
Kyan.
yeah.
Yeah, he know his little sister. I mean, the kids have nothing to do with the mistake. And if she gonna accept the man back, why not accept the child? I think that's a character flaw on her. I can understand her being hurt, but I mean, I think she should accept the child back. So, what you think?
Well, first off, I'm gonna start off by saying this right here. I'm big on family.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it one way or another. I'm big on family, right? Second thing, a child is
Right. Repeat that.
first off, I'm big on family. Number two, a
Right.
child don't actually be brought in the world, right?
Right.
And number three, a
Mm-hmm.
child should not have to choose whether or not they can or cannot see their parents and or siblings.
Right. Absolutely.
So I think that they definitely doing wrong. And when she made the decision to accept Carmelo back, she made the decision to accept that baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I,
and kids, there's no need for that child to grow up not knowing her father when her mama gonna tell her that her father is such and such, and that's gonna bring her way more, way more misery and things that to know that she know who her father is and she can't get to know him.
Yes, and right, and what an awful feeling is that, you know what I'm saying? And it's not her um fault that she was brought in under misguided
And
circumstances, for lack of a better.
another thing, it's no need to compound a woman mistake with the extra mistake. Either make a mistake. It's out. It's one thing,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? But I just think kids should know their siblings, regardless of the circumstance. You know what I'm saying? When the child here, the
right,
child here. The
right,
child can't go back. The child here.
right. And like you, and since she was able to forgive him, then I think they should, him and her along with the child's mother, should be adults about it, and they should be able to form a relationship where the daughter is able to interact with the son, and she's able to build a relationship with her dad, because she's gonna have resentment against her dad, Lala, and the
So
brother,
my question,
because she feel like he in the house, so he getting a better life than
of
her,
course. So
even though he provides for her financially, and we know she getting a good amount because
he's wealthy.
he's very wealthy.
But my question is this: who you think is more at fault in this situation? Lala or Camilla. I
Camelo,
think so too.
because I don't give a man a pass because his wife say he can't interact with his child. Because at the end of the day, that's your child, and if to me, if your wife don't want you to interact with your child, but she accept you, then you don't need to be with that person. Let's go either way, a man and a woman and a man, however it is in your in a relationship.
Yeah,
And her being a mom, how dare she not want him to have a relationship with his child? You know, and if it hurt her that much, then she just don't need to be with him. She just need to let him, go on and be a part of her son's life and his
I
daughter's life.
mean, you in that situation, you gotta automatically know. See, I know this is a rumor, so we don't know how true it is. But in that situation, if this is true, you automatically know when you accept them back, you accepting the child back.
Absolutely. That's just from the jump. I mean, there's no other way around it. So I hope it's a rumor. I mean, I don't know her, but from the person she appeared to be, I would think she would be a person that wouldn't do such a thing. But I know women get in their feelings and decide that they want to pull the dad from their child. But I just think that's an awful thing to do, and
But
they need to change that
you
immediately.
know, in this same situation, what's the name is same thing with Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade happened.
What now? Oh, with his little
He
love
got
child, they had the same
well,
problem.
I'm saying they brought the child in.
A break,
They
baby.
brought the child in. She
Okay.
welcomed the child, I think. But they
Uh
called
huh.
it a break, baby. But when you know, I get,
Yeah, I know. I mean, of course, we wouldn't refer to the child as that, but that's what
I
they
guess
say, a break,
that's the
baby.
rich folks term.
No, that's just a term to say that we were supposedly broke up, and you went over here messing with Sally and got Sally
That's a
pregnant,
public term, dude.
and now we back
That's a
together.
public term to make it
Who?
look pretty.
Right, right. But he probably could have been messing with her the whole time. But I just think overall that the child should not suffer, and I think that people and fathers and mothers, missing parents, absent parents, should not think that providing for your child financially is enough because you're building a void in that child and stirring their resentment. So why do that when you can just be a part of the child life? And then how fair is that to that child if you in the other child life?
Another thing, I just feel that he should feel less of a man, not want to be in a child. My
Definitely.
just
He definitely should feel less of a
that's your
man.
own flesh and blood.
Yeah, he definitely should feel less of a man, and the baby definitely look like him. I don't know if that's his child or not, but she do look like him. They got that same nose, and so let me take some comment. Yes, he needs to know his sister. Yes, they are because the older they get, they will find each other. Facts. That's true. They will find each other, but they're still gonna have resentment for the parents for doing that. And then Kanye and the son, he might start having resentment because he's like, Dad, why would you do that? That's gonna mess with his relationship with the dad when the dad trying to teach him how to be a stand up guy and he not being a stand up guy to his own child.
And it can make him look at his mama different.
Yeah, that too.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Okay, so Camilla was wrong for stepping out on Lala, but Lala is no better than him if she stands in the way of him having a relationship. Absolutely. Now he was wrong. Now I'm not saying he wasn't wrong. He definitely wrong 100%.
Right?
But if for whatever reason she decided to take him back, she knew that that child was a part of him going forward. And so I just can't understand how she could accept him back and not accept the child. And even if she didn't accept him back, she can accept the child because the child's still a part of her son. That's his sister.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the child is here now. All that hoopla
Yeah, the
is
child is
what it
here.
is. The child here, that and I just can't imagine having a child like that I can't see and I won't see. They just
I know. I know. Me either. And in the way the world is now with so much going on, why would you want to subject your child to being lonely and fatherless when the child, when the dad or the parent, whichever, because sometimes it's women that's absent when the parent is alive and well and able.
Yeah, it's just crazy, when you can see your child. It's not only I mean, it's just your obligation. It's just really your obligation. I just put it that way.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
is.
definitely your obligation.
It's definitely. Okay, so what are anybody else got any thoughts on that? We're gonna and that's gonna be on our page as well. Can you see me? Because it's froze on my
Yeah,
screen.
we can see you. We can see stuff. Let's keep going. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you, but my face, I can't see my face. So, but as long as you can see me and it's fine, I'm just keep
Yeah,
rolling.
you frozen, but we hear
Okay,
you.
I'm froze on your screen
Yeah,
too.
but we hear you. So keep going.
Okay, so now I guess everybody have been talking about when they see us. First, let me put this out here. I wasn't gonna watch it at first because I was like, I just hearing everybody saying that it was so emotional and this and that, and I was like, Lord, I got too much on my mind right now. I don't need to see this.
Right.
But then when I started seeing the videos of the actual guys, I was like, okay, we gotta get on here and we gotta talk about this. But we gotta get all the backstory before we talk about it.
Hmm.
So that's why we just getting into it. So we just gonna talk about part one of what we done watched so far, and then we're gonna wrap it up next week. So far, the five guys. Tell me what your thoughts are. I got a whole list of stuff, so I'm gonna let you go on, and then we can start on my list because I was just watching and I was like, oh Lord.
I don't know where to start at because I'm just gonna get on it too.
Okay.
First of all, I think watching it just a lot of stuff that made me so mad with certain parents, especially the one father that they really showing the black guy how he how how
Yes.
he took he thought that it was more important for him to work than to save his son. That is
Yes.
oh
That's in my notes too.
that's
Yes. So yeah.
that's the number one thing. But I seen the interview before with the actual real guy, and he was talking about how he can't forgive his daddy for that. But
Mm-hmm.
if this is the way they making it, the way they're making it, I can definitely see why he can't. Because he took working over his child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, let's okay. Let's start on that too. I got the same thing. I put the dad betrayed him. Was it helpful? Or was he trying to save himself? So I mean, I definitely feel like the dad betrayed him. I definitely feel like that. But hear me out now.
Okay.
But I'm thinking like in that time period, okay, in the early '80s, or that was the late '80s, '89, I think. uh, I got okay. I can get a dad just this much
Nothing.
because think about it, like he's trying to provide for his family. He already got the black man stigma. You know, this the crack era, all this stuff going on in the '80s now,
Right?
and so he got a good job, and he, you know, So I think that he could probably once he see how the whole thing is and how the times was then, that he probably can forgive his dad just a little bit because it's like blissful, ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? You didn't give me no feedback. You like, nah.
I'm nowhere near that. I got a son.
All the time when you look at it and you think about
No,
the
no,
time.
no, 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 no. Hey, you can't make this up. Okay, just say this right here. I'm gonna use this for example.
Okay.
You growing up, right?
Uh-huh.
You didn't do a lot of wrong. You was a
Right.
real good child. You didn't get in a lot of trouble. You didn't get in any trouble, really. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if mama was to come in there and she know you, y'all close.
Mm-hmm.
and you said, "Mama, I didn't do it. I swear to God to you, Mama, I did not do this."
Right.
These folks make, and you seeing the folks what they doing, they trying to make them do it.
Right.
There's no way you knowing that child is that kind of straight up for a child that that happen. You can't let that happen. I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
I rather I in that situation, I would literally rather them put me back in jail and then my wife and son figure it out and then him go to jail. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that 100%. But I mean, I think that over time, as he reflected on so much of how they played everybody against each other, that he can have a little inkling of forgiveness to his daddy, because his daddy, he felt like he was doing what's best, which I disagree with what he did, but he can have a little inkling of forgiveness for his dad, because his daddy, he didn't know.
Well, not me personally. I believe in forgiveness, and if you're a Christian, that's the philosophy that you have to go by. Because you got to have a clean heart to get into heaven, right? You can't be holding on to
Right.
stuff. So I mean, if he find Christ, I think, or it's somewhere in his heart, he'll find it in his heart to forgive his daddy. And
Yeah.
because you can't hold on nothing forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
because because I'm a person that you feel like if you holding on to something, you can't ever move forward. But so
Right,
I
and that's
think
what I'm saying.
it is a prayer, that he will get on for, but I can see why it would be so hard to get over.
Yeah, and I know it'll be so hard, and I know he was hurt just beyond measure, because even though they was actors, but you can tell how he looked at his dad, and he was like, "For real? Like, you really want me to do this? Like, you telling me to do this, dad?" You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely understand, and I don't think that they can probably have a fulfilling relationship. But I think that he could forgive him just by thinking about the situation in whole, as to why the dad felt like that was the best thing for them to do. Because they manipulated the dad just the way they manipulate the kids. You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah, I mean they manipulate the whole situation.
Right.
In case anybody don't know what we talking about, we talking about the When They See Us series about the 5 young men in Central Park that were prosecuted in what, 89 or whatever.
Yeah, 1989 is when this occurred.
Yeah,
So,
in case you don't know what we're talking about, but at the same time, then I I can't. I'm on this situation. That's why it's certain times that you feel that you can't be a police officer or somebody in that situation to sit around and you knowing this type of stuff going on where they trying to force
right,
it. They trying to force. Some people sit back and for their job security as well and let it
right,
happen.
like the guy that was in there. So
Right,
let's put a pin in that right there. Okay, so I feel like that what was going on is kind of like what's going on right now. We just that they didn't have cell phones and they couldn't record it, and
right,
so it's like they feel like their hands were tied in order to do certain things.
right.
So not only that, they I didn't realize that 16 was a legal age for them to interview a minor, because they was asking was they 16,
And then
and I'm like,
they were forcing some of them for them to be 16. And then on certain situations, I felt like how could the judge not, try to prosecute the detectives when they brought to the attention that these cats weren't 16 years old yet.
exactly, and one or two of them was just 14. So the whole system was really flawed on that.
And then
So
another, before we move on from that point, another thing it teaches you this right now that you should teach your kids to never give a statement when they're in a tough situation without you being there
yes,
or without a lawyer present. So there's a lot of
yes,
that going on because at the end of the day, that's why another reason you got to teach your kids to be faithful. Understand what I'm saying? Because when you faithful and believe me, you would not waver. have
That's
strong
right.
faith. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of this
Absolutely.
goes back into all the other teaching and what you're doing with the kids in the beginning. And you gotta make sure you're really teaching your kids and not just letting them grow up.
Right. I definitely agree on that. And so, okay, and part for that I got some notes on that part too. So I said for the time being 1989, do you think the kids even stood a chance? Like, okay, even though we know like a lot of this police brutality and a lot of police crimes come back now, but think about in that time frame, do you think that they even stood a chance from the beginning? Because they didn't notify the parents. They just ran there just saying, okay, hey, who is you? Because they, out of all those boys, how did they just decide on those guys? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they took the weak. First of all, if you really look at it, they probably
Yeah.
took the weaker children, you know what I'm saying? The kids who couldn't really, you know, some kids I'm just like, I ain't saying no, I don't care what you do.
Right,
You
right.
know,
But I
they
feel
may
like
be,
some of the kids was like that until their family kind of made them like, well, you need to say this. You know, or the kids
oh
was
yeah,
begging, like the one was begging the sister. You know, she
yeah.
just went on the sign. She didn't even read it out.
And then that's a turn now where come in, you shouldn't, put your Joe Hancock on something that you ain't completely read. Especially in a situation like that though.
Especially in a situation like that, you definitely shouldn't sign anything. You don't know what they've been telling these kids, how long they was in there. You know, one child, they didn't give him any food the whole time. So you know, you had ate for a long time. You start thinking anything. Hey, I might have been there. Was I? You know, you become
And
delirious.
and then well another thing in watching, I just don't understand how a lot of those testimonies weren't thrown out.
Yes, all of them really, because you can tell that it was manipulated to a way to be what the prosecutor wanted it to be. And I also was thinking, okay, I guess this we hadn't made it that far in technology where they had the cameras in the interrogation rooms.
Yeah, because
You know what
this
I'm
should
saying?
be because I know it should be on anytime you in the room. But I think this may have led to what cameras are now anytime you in the room that is rolling. Not when you push
Yes.
play.
Yes, I thought of that too. I definitely thought of that. And so I said, it is kind of a sad thing that it's kind of like a wrong place in the wrong time because I think the youngest boy, he just was so happy to be walking by. I think he really wasn't a part of. He wasn't even, some of the guys was hanging out, but they weren't really
Right.
interacting with the situation. So
Yeah.
I mean, in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now he convicted.
It's a crazy situation to look at. I mean, it's kind of tough because you realize that any time they could be anybody. It could
Yeah,
be any.
exactly. And like you're saying, about it. And they didn't even know each other. They didn't even
Mm-mm.
know who was who. They just knew names, and then they put them all together, and they got to introduce themselves. So you mean to tell me that you go along with a story, you don't even know me? Then when you get in here and say, "Who are you, Shay? Are you Pete? Oh, I'm sorry, Pete. I
Mm-mm.
said that you did that. You know,
Right. Right.
yeah,
It's
that's
a
just
tough thing.
horrible.
It's a tough thing to look at. It was a terrible situation.
It's definitely. So, and then I also said that when they saw everybody running, what if they weren't running and they were just walking around casually? Would they have thought that they had something to do with it? Because I feel like it threw up a red flag for the police that everybody was running.
I thought about that too. But back at that time, what they were doing, they just seen people running. You probably would run too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the moment, yes. But I was just thinking, reflecting on things as I was watching it to say, well, I wonder if they had just walked calmly like they didn't know what was going on, so they wouldn't have been pinned. But you know, it's something like fate. This was just meant to happen to them, which is unfortunate, but it was just meant to happen to them. And unfortunately, like now, they $millions richer, but it don't take away the mental anguish and the post-traumatic stress that they didn't incur. And you don't know if they were raped or something in jail. Like they were young, they had never had a sexual experience, and you in jail for a sex crime.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation. It's very crazy. I mean, and we have to realize that that's just how close your life is from being altered in the wrong direction. You just only
Absolutely.
a second away from your life being altered in the wrong direction. So you kind of got to be focused on doing
Mhm.
right at all times.
Times you gotta just be careful. And so, like, I also got misplaced loyalty. You always trying to be down for people, and this is my friend, and I'm down for them. I ride or die. But the one who was there just to go along with his friend, he going to jail just because he was being a friend. So I feel like
Yeah,
that was misplaced loyalty because he was loyal to a fault. Now he in jail for years.
yeah, kind of. I can see that kind of. I don't know if I go all the way there with that one. Because at the end of the day, if Ashley was going to jail, you would have went there with her just to make sure she was all right to get a bond out or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, now, yeah, I agree. Now, I would have done the same thing, but I'm just saying in some
Yeah,
instances now, you got to think, is this really my friend or am I just going along with the crowd? Now, this your best thing. You know for a fact that they didn't do anything and you trying to stand up and do what's right because that's the way you were raised. But in some instances, those people are not your ride or die folks. And you just going along to get along.
and
So
like
I'm
you
saying you
said,
have to watch who you being loyal to.
you do have to watch who you're being loyal to in this situation. But one thing he did say is, I know if I don't do this, your mama gonna kill me.
Yeah, now he did say that. He did say that. And so that's why I was saying, like, you know, I feel a little bit conflicted on that. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's awful. It's very awful. It's very awful and it's very unfortunate. But even though it took so long, some good things are coming out, which we'll probably get into more of that next week. But
yeah,
some
when
good
we
things
finish
have
it.
come out of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
my question is
go
this
ahead.
right here. Now, my question is this: come out, but knowing that it's good has came off the back end of this. Would you
Mhm.
go through that bad just to get to this good?
Having a choice, if that was me or my child, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But when you think about it, when you think about life, we all go through horrible things. Not all, not everybody, but most people go through horrible things. And it feel horrible to us at the time to get to the good. You know what I'm saying? I can say it was
right,
horrible for me to have 7 miscarriages and now I got my baby. So to
right.
me in that moment, that was horrible. It was devastating. It was the worst thing in my life. I feel like I'm unable to produce a child for my husband. But now we on the other side of things, you know what I'm saying? Although I think about that, but I'm in the good
Have you?
space now. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. You in the good now.
So
So, have you named
yeah,
your book
like
yet?
that. What you say?
Have you named your book yet?
Yeah, I got the name of my book.
Oh well, I mean, 7 miscarriages. That may be that. I don't know if it'd be a better name for a book than that. 7 miscarriages.
Yeah, that's the name of it, but it's you know.
I
But
know it's not, but not the name of it. But I mean, that will make a person going through something want to just if they read the title and say, "Shoot, I might want to read this book."
right, yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. So
Yeah, but
but
mm,
for them now they're millionaires. But to trade all that just to become a millionaire, I mean, and then they half of their life is gone. But one of the guys, I think he's inspirational, motivational speaker and all that. So
mm,
he's able to inspire all this. So, like I said, some things happen so that you can get to your good. But I just feel like, ooh, that was just a tumultuous thing for them to really experience to get to that good. Well, now you got your rainbow, baby. Yeah. So, and now they in their rainbow, but we ain't at the rainbow part yet. We still talking about the other stuff. So, we can head ourselves.
yeah,
So
but
this, what?
and because that was the one thing I'm wondering. some people will say they'll take all the bad just to get the million. But I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm not a person who want to go through so much bad in dances to get to the million. I'd rather work for it to get it than have to
Right,
go
because
through
they didn't
so
know. How did they know that they were gonna ever get out? How did they know they were gonna get the million? They could have been like
right.
on the movie Life when Cloud and Ray, and I just watched this last night. That's why that's in my mind.
Ooh,
But
that's my movie though.
they didn't get out until they was all men, and they still had to really take their way. They had to lie to get out, and they was innocent.
Innocent.
So these people did not know what the end result was gonna be.
That's
So
true.
if you just look at it from when they was in that first the part we've seen so far, they hell H now. They wouldn't want to go through there to get no $1 million or to get nothing. That was horrible for them children.
Yeah, I mean they was in a bad situation, they had to go through all that, and then they end up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? For a
And
sex
you bad
for a
things happen
sex
to them.
crime, and they ain't never had sex before.
Never had sex. Like the man even said, my son is not even talking to girls yet. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
oh, it
it
just hurt my heart.
yeah. When you think about it, it could be your child, and you just put your child in that situation. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
I was like the
then
mama,
think
but
about
I
this.
really
You feel like your mama what?
the mama with the braids, I thought her child was probably gonna get off, which I don't know. We haven't seen all of it yet, but I think these are all the five that went to jail. But she was the most intelligent mother or parent out of all in the way
Oh
she
yeah,
was on them and letting them know that they was wrong. I feel like she
right.
should have called the New York Times, which I don't know if she did yet, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because at the end of the day, you got to use all your sources at that point. That's just why I just didn't feel like the dad at that point. Let me tell you something. You can take this up from a job. You know what I'm saying? Even though he
Yeah,
had a checkup, but
yeah.
you can see now. You can see because he had a checkup pass and all this and that. It probably took him so long to get the job where he did not want to lose.
Right, and that's why I say you can see both parts of it. I can give him just a little bit of credit for him looking out for his family as a whole versus one situation. Because if he really, like you said, if you really know your child and he knew his child was innocent, he probably felt like, well, maybe he could beat it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then the police manipulating the situation, so you like, well, he innocent. They can't prove because we know, even though I ain't got to that point yet, but I do know that here in the interview of the guys that there was no evidence found. So really, it was a
never.
circumstantial case.
Second,
So
never
really, I can
said.
understand the daddy thinking that maybe they were gonna get off.
Yeah, but he
So and
didn't
I
know
got
all the. He at that point he didn't know all the facts of the situation. He just knew that.
right,
Yeah, so we
exactly,
can't get into that part yet because he didn't really know the facts of the situation. He just knew the dude was gonna come for his job, and he peed out. You know,
right,
basically.
right. So, but I gotta say, now we see now this is something that's kind of eerie to me. That number 45 is already on there being an a-hole. And I said, I wrote in my notes, Trump being an a-hole.
Oh yeah,
Because
of course.
this was way in 1989, and he already trying to send these folks the death penalty and all that. That's just eerie
Yeah,
to me. He was in the midst of that situation, and now these kind of situations are back around, and he in the midst of these situations, almost creating these situations.
yeah. So it's a lot of drama around. It's a lot of drama around that scam booger.
Yeah,
You prefer not to even get into that case.
yeah. So we ain't gonna get into that, but I just had to say that because I seen that on there. I said, now wait a doggone minute. So now this the other question. So now does it make you scared for your son? Because even though that was in 1989, but right now we seen a repeat of all that. So do that make you scared for your child? And then when do you start having these conversations?
Well, I think you always it's never too early in this day and age. And whenever you see a situation or something that come up, it's always a teachable moment. And then to answer the first part of the question, you're always scared for your child. In
Mm-hmm.
every situation, because children, you do mischievous things. I've been a child. I did a lot of
Mm-hmm.
mischievous stuff, and there's a lot of stuff now that being older guy, not older young
Right.
man, that I look back on some of the stuff I did, and I was just like, boy, you were so stupid to be doing some of the stuff that you did at the time. And then you see other kids, you try to explain to them that I did some of that same stuff, and I'm telling you it ain't worth it.
Right. Right.
So and
Right.
then
So
having a child in my end that is so much of a carbon copy of me. It really
yes, definitely.
it worries me to think. And me and his mama all the time we look at that. I wonder how he's gonna be when he's a teenager. I wonder because it can get scary. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's a good kid,
Yeah.
he is still a daredevil. So you don't know how far or what he'll go to.
Right, exactly. Yeah, to me it's very infuriating that this situation occurred and to the extent it was allowed to go, but it really makes you apprehensive for your children and their day in and day out because the fact of the matter is that scenario is still today, even though that's in 1989, but it's still today as of right now, the things were going on. And the only good thing about it is people are more educated now. We have more like technology to expose the things that's going on, but it's still happening every day.
Right?
So
Yeah. And I just think though in that situation they had enough to get them kids off that they just shouldn't.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Definitely. So, do you think the lawyers, even though we ain't got to that, but I see everybody got their little lawyer. So, do you think the lawyers knew what they was up against and felt like they could really get the child off, or do you think, like the prosecutor was saying, every lawyer feel like this their time to shine and whatever they were saying? You know what I'm saying? To make a name for themselves.
Well, I think that if you look at that case and then you was a lawyer, you'll be chopping at the bench to take the case because at the end of the day, it's so circumstantial and there's so much that's not there. You would be shocked that they even got convicted.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. I feel like the lawyers felt like they should be able to get them out because everything was circumstantial. And no evidence and different things like that. But the system, it you know, it wasn't made to protect certain people. So in their instance, it didn't protect them. So I just can't wait to see the rest of it. I mean, I got to get my little feelings together, but I just can't wait to see the rest of it and see how it played out. And it's just too much.
Yeah, well, we'll be able to do part 2 next week, and we'll give a more and more detailed review on part 2. So
Mm,
I think there was so far it's been pretty good. I'm ready to get into it and finish it out so I can speak more have a more educated review on the whole series.
right, yeah, me as well. And I also want to refer back to something that we said last week. We was talking about the people going into the Dominican Republic and all the people ending up missing.
Hmm.
And come to find out this week, another guy has got killed there, and some other couples that we didn't know about on last week. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know y'all got y'all money, y'all want to do what y'all want to do, but I would just strongly advise y'all not to go there. Go somewhere else. And
It,
if you just
it,
got
it,
some money you want to spend, y'all can pour it into our podcast and help us build our platform. Cause I would rather y'all do something positive with your money than go over there and risk your life.
well,
Cause I
yeah, I
heard
think.
that they got some black market alcohol that they're giving to people, and so all the cases is coming out saying that the people are dying from heart disease is because they're drinking the alcohol over there, and the alcohol got something in it that is killing the folks. So
Yeah.
they showed a video of the lady pouring, and she was stirring it with a plastic fork, and the plastic fork started to melt. So now you know if you pouring some Ciroc out and it start melting the spoon you mixing it with, you don't need to be drinking it.
Golly, big story. What that ass?
Right. Or antifreeze because you know it has no taste. And it's just so funny that all the people dying from heart issues. So it really raising a red flag. And you know, you go to they tell you the drinks unlimited and everything unlimited. So you over there living your best life, and next thing you know, you wake up dead.
Well, I just think right now at this point, you still going to the Dominican Republic, you've been living on a rock.
Right. Right. I seen somebody say that if you can get an all expense trip paid over there, would you go? No, I would not go. You know, give me that
I
money
sell
and
it.
put it on
I
something
sell
else.
it for some money. If
Yeah,
somebody
but
want to
somebody,
buy it, I let it buy it.
right, absolutely. So we just want y'all to be safe out there in your travels, and you know, research the places you're going and the resorts and all these type of things because a lady was telling me that if this was happening in Cancun at one time, so I don't know. I didn't hear about the Cancun, but I'm hearing about the Dominican Republic, and I just want y'all to be safe and not be going to these places you don't know nothing about because they stealing your organs.
Oh, they stealing
So
your organs.
yeah. They
I
ain't getting the
thought the
body
bottom.
back. What else they doing? And they
Yeah,
can't get the insurance. They can't. What they getting? What benefit they getting?
they gotta get something off of you. You right. You right. You right. They stealing your organs and making their people live, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Everything on TV is not just something for entertainment. You got to read between the lines.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm crazy
I
that y'all listen. But okay, you guys. So if you guys have not seen When They See Us, I'm sure everybody's seen. I feel like we the late ones. But if y'all haven't, please watch on Netflix and join the conversation. We want to know y'all opinions, especially when we begin to wrap it up. Like, what are your overall thoughts on it? And what kind of space does that put you in? You know, it's just so many emotions behind it that it's just like wow. And I even heard Netflix say that this the most watched series that they have on the whole Netflix out of all everything on there. This the most watched. Ain't that
well,
something?
yeah, that's something because it's serious. And then of course, I had never heard of it until now.
Yeah, me either. Me either. But
Of course, we were young. We were young heads. We were. Ain't like
that's
we
what
were
I
old.
you said that. I was wondering because on here they're showing that it's all on the news. So I'm like, did our parents know about this? Like, you know, you didn't hear people talking about that because of course you were number what about one,
Yeah,
and I was about three.
did you
But I'm
ask
just
Mama? Have you asked Mama? I ain't even asked her about it. I gotta ask her to see this. I haven't asked nobody from that time point. Did they remember hearing something about it? And I'm gonna do
yeah.
that this. I'm gonna do that this week as well. So I have something about that this week about what
Yeah, but
people said.
I did think of that. I was wondering the same thing. Like, did people really hear about that? What were their thoughts during that time frame? Or was it like, so much crime against the blacks going on at that time that they was like, man, another one. You know what I'm saying?
I
But for
know
this to
yes,
be kids.
yeah, because I know yesterday was like the big anniversary of the OJ thing. And so much happened on that one day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
really
see
like to know that.
they had a timeline. It was like look it up. It's so much happening on I think it was yesterday. If the 17th, June 17th or something like that. It's so much happened that day. 20
Okay.
it's so many years ago. I can't remember how many years exactly. But it was so much happened on that day. It was a lot went on in the United States. So I know people often talk about what they was when they heard about the OJ thing and what they seen and all.
Right.
But
Right.
I have never heard anybody talk about where they when they heard about this. I never even heard anybody even say nothing about it until this came out.
Right, exactly. So I wonder, is it just because they've been partying or however they got out that now is a big thing and they're making people think about where they were at that time when that happened?
Yeah,
And
because I mean, I would think it was a big thing because it's. I mean, a big injustice like that was going on. I would think it was something a lot of people talking about. But like I said, I'm gonna ask a lot of people, a lot of older heads that come in to the shop and different things about it this weekend. See what they say
Right.
about can they remember it when it was going on.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, all right, you
Mm-hmm.
guys. Like I said, please go watch it if you haven't. Get your tissues and get all your feelings together before you go watch it, because it is kind of touching. And I'm just
You had
on
to have
part
tissue.
one.
You had to have tissue already.
I haven't had need tissue so far, but I probably need some going forward because we just sad, and then you raising a child, and you wouldn't want such a thing to happen to your child. So you know, and so please watch it so y'all can join the conversation. Also, please go and like the page if you haven't had a chance to. It is tagged in the comments. We also shared the stories that we discussed earlier in the comments on our page. If you want to go back and watch that and drop a comment back on this video. Also, please share this video to your friends on your Facebook page, and so they can chime
Yep.
in when they want to rewatch the video. We thank you all so much for tuning in each and every Tuesday and sometimes Wednesdays, and lending your ears and joining the conversation. We just enjoy coming on here and having these little conversations. So if there's nothing else, my co-host gonna take it over.
Oh, don't forget that we still if you guys have any topics, you forgot to tell them about the topic. They got anything they want us to talk about. We take
Hmm.
emails. We take you can write on our page. We take whatever you want to know how to get in contact with us. Put it on out there, and we'll talk about it. And like she
Hmm.
said, still we got a YouTube page too. Shout that YouTube
Yeah,
page out.
yeah, we got our YouTube page. What's coming out of your mouth? Same way you can find us on Facebook. We're
Mhm.
uploading our videos, so you can go and subscribe to our page, so we can at least have one subscriber.
And
So
then
we trying to build all our social media platforms.
another thing we want y'all to do if y'all watch us, like, go and share our commercial. We got a little like 5 commercial out. Y'all go share our commercial on y'all page for. We think
Yeah,
we did pretty well, to be our own
yeah,
executive producer.
right, exactly. But some people don't watch the podcast because they're not sure what the podcast is all about. So the commercial kind of can give them a heads up of what the podcast is all about, and
Mhm.
and they can get a little laugh out of it too. So a lot of people seeing they enjoy it and think it's kind of funny. So, all right, you guys, come on, co-host.
All right, let's bow our head and pray. Oh, gracious Father, we coming to you right now, Father God, before we ask you for anything, saying thank you, Lord. We thank you for being you, God, and you all by yourself, Father God. We thank you for another successful podcast, Father God. We thank you for entering our minds with some great topics once again, Father God. We come praying for every issue that we discuss tonight, Father God, especially the one that is the most touching right now. Is the man that not seeing his child, Father God. Then the woman
Yes.
decided he cannot see his child, Father God. I think that is so wrong. So I ask that you just touch that situation and lighten the load, not only for the father, but for his wife also, and the other young lady who had the baby, if it's any issue, Father God. Just touching that
Yes.
situation and moving that situation, Father God. And Father God, we just like to send a special prayer over to the young lady who realized that she was gonna get her child more fit and a more positive vibe. We just thanking her for that and so she's sharing it with the world and letting us know that wealth is wealth is health, and we're trying to go to the next level. We just like to send a special prayer out to each and every family that was affected in when they see a situation. The 5 young guys, I know they had them in a tow, but Father God, they got victory at the end, Father God.
Yes,
And
God.
Father God, I pray that everybody that watching can get something from it and take it to their various destination in their homes and use it as a teaching tool, Father God, to let everybody know that they should get more faithful from this situation and stand on what you believe in, Father God. Father
Hmm.
God, I just thank you for my co-host and everything she's done tonight and every night as well for carrying us in the podcast. Father God, these blessings we ask in your son Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Mhm.
Awesome prayer as always. Okay, you guys, don't forget to share this podcast and like our page. And we will see you all next week. Good night.
Deuces.